very good because I didn't have a whole lot of time. But I wanted to show kind of what you can do if you have all 8 SIDs, which is pretty sweet. So the first thing I'm going to do is basically baseline. Okay. So you really can't see it on there, but you can control the baseline either with your keyboard and change the which pattern you want. This is a pattern-based baseline sequencer, or you can basically hit the buttons. So it's basically typical, you know. Let's get a little juicy. Okay. Now each of these is left and right, so I can hit, you know, if I want to have 2 different patterns playing on 2 different channels, I can. The cool thing too, I can control the filtering individually. So something like that. And it's coming out of 2 different SIDs. Oh, I need to start the fan again. There we go. It's not perfect. It works. Okay, so that's one thing. Now I'm going to add a bass line, or a drum line rather. Now the only downside about the SIDs is that the envelopes that you use to make drums, there's a bug in it to where it's delayed by about, I think, 33 milliseconds. So when you're actually recording, the problem is you have to basically adjust for the recording, which is kind of annoying. So I'm going to try it here. Not bad. Good job. Okay. Now once you have this going on, you can do kind of the same thing, where you can actually do different patterns. That's kind of insane. But you also have filtering if you want to do that. Oh, I just lost my display. Sweet. That's all right. We don't need that. So I got those 2 things running. And now I got, I forget which patch I'm using. So now I've got 3 SIDs running in stereo pairs. And then the last one I have is basically just a lead. One thing. Oh, and I can't see it. Sweet. How did this happen? Oops.
Oop. Reboot.
Yeah.
Windows powered?
So, each one has 3 voices, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it 3 or 4?
Oh, MDNet response. That's a shame.
This is where we get those things like those anime things, or you ever seen those where they come out and they play? They're like robots playing for sound.
Sounds similar.
I've got that at the house. I should have left them here. Brought them in for
Box is suffering from stage fright.
Yeah. No, there we go. I got it. There we go.
Fan.
Let's try this again.
Don't get the
Get the
fan.
fan going.
Oh yeah. Isn't that awesome? It was Radio Shack. I was desperate, man. They need something. Yeah. And I got these knobs, which are pretty cool, but they're Radio Shack and they're too short. But to Radio Shack's credit, I was having a heck of a time trying to figure out how to get passive output. And it took me like 3 trips to Radio Shack, but I finally found a stereo 1/8 inch panel mount solderable 1/8 jack and hooked everything up. That's why I opened it this weekend, which was very scary. I was worried it wasn't going to work, so let's try this again. That's not bad. Sweet. Oh, that's loud. So that's basically all the SIDs. If you're doing, you know, basically multiple patches. That's really only one feature though. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this stuff off. Because the other cool feature is you can actually link all the SIDs together to create polyphonic sound. So more 6 channels, 1 for each stereo pair. So three channels per SID. But you can combine them all together. Now, the only downside is that if you start doing a filter when you have multiple sounds playing like that, it gets really strange because of how the filtering works. And you're overdriving the sound, so it sounds kind of strange. But if you're doing some crazy leads and you need a whole bunch of you need a bunch of sounds, you can get them. Now all of that was basically 6 channels. I haven't actually used any more in this particular example. But what I can do, if I can remember how to do it, is trying to find a good sample here. No. We'll just do okay, that'll work. We do that's good. All right, so now I can basically, say I want to just use this one patch, and I want to do it on all the SIDs because I just feel like it. I can actually say, if I remember which one it actually is. Ooh, and I'm losing my LCD again. Snap.
What's going on with that?
It's because I suck at putting things together. Essentially. There we go. Okay, so. Oops. Well, maybe I won't be able to do that. Should have read the manual more. But essentially, what you can do is you can basically connect them all together. Where is that setting? Should be in here. Oh wait, no, it's in. Maybe config. There we go. I think it's there if I can see it. Oh well. The reason that is like that because I think the cable's too long, and there's a couple downsides of the synthesizer. One is that there's not enough room underneath the covers to house everything without having to cut a few corners. So there's no strain relief on the LCD cable, and I actually have it taped down with electrical tape, so it's actually pointing in a certain direction so it doesn't screw up. So, kind of annoying. But the point is, you can actually take any patch. And if I could get it working, it would be cool. Well, that's oh, actually, it is working. It's just using different patches. Okay, cool. What are we doing? We got. What number is that? It's 8. There's a faster way to do this. I'm just not very good at it. There we go. So. So you can take any patch and basically multiplex it across all the SIDs. So if you had a song that, or a sample that was normally, monophonic, basically, you can from a neural, you can boom convert it into a polyphonic sound with 4 SIDs. There's some limitations there, but overall it's pretty useful.
My hands.
So you ever seen the restoration project of the Hammond Monochord?
I think I heard of it. I don't know if I ever saw it.
I forget the website. It's just what discretesynthesizers.com.
Yeah, I think I saw it kind of in passing while I was sort of looking at this stuff.
Polyphonic synthesizer, circa 1938.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah, that's nuts.
146
It's still before the move. Huh?
Yeah. So there you go. I mean,
Moog is a latecomer.
yeah,
to the
printed
synthesizer
1936. Still the deal on my list is that the LCD is actually green. I have it turned way down because of my power. I don't want to go overboard. And I actually want it to be amber because the LEDs are amber. I need wheels or knobs that look cool. Those are a good start. And then I was going to add feedback pots to the back so I can actually do some overdrive effects, which basically uses the input function of the SIDs and basically routes the output of the SID back into it itself, so you can do like overdrive.
You need to get the Frederick on some.
Yeah, no kidding. It'd be nice if it continued to work. That would be good. It's a good start.
Propeller in it.
Actually,
You gotta replace the whole thing with a propeller.
yeah. So actually,
Or
these
two.
use like one of the last revision of the picks. Like they're the ones that are like $20 a piece or something like that. And there's 4 of them in there. And then